And we're going to get some information out there of the SOHO cams and the sun that's behaving very erratically. It's becoming like a white object up there in the skies. NASA and other secret space agencies around the world will not disclose this information to the public. We have to find this information out for ourselves. As the Earth goes into darkness and then becomes very bright, we've got these shadows to either side of the sun because they're cloaking heavenly bodies out there. As Wormwood is heading closer towards our inner solar system, we see those red reflections on the horizons, and the evidence is starting to be much more clear now as the sun is causing a lot of solar activity towards our Earth, and it's not stopping, it's just keeping it going all the time. So I'm going to show you now the SOHO imagery cam to show you that huge blast that we've had just recently, and please take care. And again, it's very important to prepare for this situation. We must all keep our eyes to the skies. Okay, this is the live stream SOHO cam imagery that you see on the screen here, and you will see to the right hand side that huge blast. Now these solar blasts are getting much stronger. I mean, that was a huge blast and it wasn't as strong as this these past 3 or 4 months. I mean, it is really getting erratic out there now, and I do believe again that we've got other objects in front of it causing the sun to get more erratic every single day. As we saw on those Mexico cams, we saw that flashing of the sun and the reflections on them clouds as we are getting hammered by these solar flares. So again, just keeping hold of the information and having these put on the monitors and strictly watching them every single day just amazes me. And also, it's so important. As I said before about the power grid, it will go down. Our electricity will disappear. I mean, these are getting so much stronger now. So let's check some more footage. We are now looking at this Ustream, NASA Ustream cam, and you can clearly see that pink reflection that's on the Earth and also reflecting on the space station. And all them images that we're getting in from them fantastic subscribers are seeing this same pink light reflection in the skies. As we've got Nibiru that's in front of our sun that's heading closer to our Earth. And this flashing still continues by these solar flares. So again, just important to get the messages out there and also show the footage. I mean, on the Earth you can clearly see that it's just all chemtrails, unnatural clouding. They're hammering the skies to prevent any of this activity from the sun to get through to cause our power grids to break down. Never in any of the years has this got as bad as it has now. The military are on standby for this. The governments are fully aware what's going on. Them deep underground cities have been nearly completed. As you can see, if you just noticed on the Ustream then, you saw that flash. That is a huge solar blast that's heading our way to our Earth. And all we've got as a lifeline is chemtrails, as the natural clouds are being burnt away. We've really got to study the skies and get this information out. It's so important. I've been studying the NASA cams for many years and noticed a lot of strange objects. And we all have, haven't we? We've seen the videos and we've noticed that there's been a lot of activity. But we've got to understand as well that there is a huge problem, a radiation problem as well. So I will now press on to another piece of footage. Also, you have to really think out the box with this one as well. Ask ourselves a big question. Why does NASA turn the cams round the other way? When this huge red reflection that's refracting on the International Space Station and the Earth, they turn the cams the other way around, so we can't see Nibiru. It's the biggest event of our lives that's heading our way, and the powers that be are just keeping this down until the very end. Okay, here's another image of the SOHO up-to-date cam. I mean, look at the blasts. This is in another blue tint lens. I mean, you can clearly see to the right hand side that blast, and that blast is heading on towards our Earth. Things are exploding out there. It's just absolutely unreal how we are just kept in the dark about this. And also, there's an object here. I mean, look at the size of this blast. Huge. So I'm going to go on to something else now for you. Okay, I've just spotted an object. Okay, there's some markings on this object. I don't know, it's on a Mexico cam. And Mexico is in darkness now, as over here in the UK, it's the morning. I mean, there's something very strange here, isn't there? I mean, look at this. These formations. Could be an aeroplane or a helicopter. I'm not sure what it is, but it just looks very strange up there in the night sky. So, when I see something unusual, as I said before, I will put it onto video to show people that there's something that's going on. And very strange formation, isn't it? So let's head on to something else. Another strange object that's northeast on another webcam. It's very clear, isn't it? You can see the detail of this and these lights. I don't know what they are. With a very strange shape up there as well. This is been spotted in Alaska. Timestamp is 2:19 AM in the morning. Again, just very strange formations. This is the Kaufman Cam, east in Alaska at 2:12 AM. And the sun, as well as the moon, I believe, are turning white. They're both looking the same. This strange white, bright reflection. You could just manage to see on this screen here as well. You could just see the white reflection. Just got to keep an eye on the moon as well, because I mean, here in the UK last night around 12 PM AM, the moon just looked very, very strange, very white and far too big behind those chemtrails. Okay, we've got another webcam here in Canada, and when the sun is going down, there's this strange reflection, this strange colour in the sky, this orange mixture of colours. This is a chemtrail, and there's another illumination here. Thick chems everywhere. Let's go through this cam. Can you see that there's something else in front of the sun, this reflection? Shadow here as well. We see the shadow on even subscribers, the fantastic images that come through every single day. We're seeing this dark reflection here. This is not from the sun, this reflection. More harp clouds, and this strange colour we see on the Mexico cams as well. On the horizon here is another heavily bodied reflection. You can see the light from the sun going down. We've got another object that's being heavily chemtrailed. Look at the trash here. Here's the colouring again. Please keep an eye out on these red colours. Here as well. Nibiru is very close to us now. It's a lot much more closer than it was ever before. Okay, now I want to show you this cam as well, it's very important. This is called the Esther Dome Cam, West in Alaska. Okay, 21:16, the time is there, and you can see the plasma from the sun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip through this cam, okay, so you get an idea of the light source from the sun, and another red light source. But if we go through the cam, just flick through it, you can see where the plasma is rising as the sun's moving to this direction. It's very clear now. And down here you will see another light source. Can you see this? From here is the plasma, the sun, the simulator, everything's going up and away. And then we've got this other heavily body, Nibiru, that's coming up on the horizon here. It's showing itself, it's trying to cut through those chemtrails. Can you see this now? The same reflection, the same colour that we see on all the other cams. This is what we need to look at, this object. Let me zoom into this, please. Okay, you can clearly see that there's something else behind those chemtrails. Timestamp, it's 8:51 and 16th of July, Sunday 2017. Very strange, but it's there. There is definitely an object, Nibiru, that's behind those cams. This one's called the Beaver North Cam in Alaska, and it's 1:31 and 35 seconds. And on the opposite side we've got a light source, a bright light source we see on the Mexico cams, and a red reflection that Dennis sends in on his images, and also many other fantastic subscribers sending in images of this strange light source. Can you see this haze? It's red reflection. Very strange indeed. I'm going to now look at the earthquake today charts and see what's happened with the activity with earthquakes around the world. A magnitude 5.4 earthquake hit Greece just yesterday, 15th of July at 21:30. As the earthquakes, the magnitudes are climbing again. They're not 2.1s or 2.3s anymore. They're 5.4s to 5.8s. This was 14 kilometers down. So I'm going to try another earthquake piece of information now. Another huge one in Indonesia, a magnitude 5.9 earthquake, 115 kilometers down. Now, a 5.9, you would feel that, and it would have wrecked homes, and people would have been in fear and worried. So, for the people out in Indonesia, my respect goes out to all of you. A huge 6.4 earthquake hit Papua New Guinea on the 13th of July at 4:36 p.m. And now this one would have been felt seriously. And a 6.4 is huge, it's a large earthquake. Here is the earthquake that worried the Koreans on the 12th of July, this 5.9. So again, it's just keeping an eye on all around the world and all the activity that goes on with government and what's been going on with these earthquakes and other information. This also hit a 5.3 magnitude on the 11th of July, just a few days back, in Ecuador, Colombia. So again, people would have been affected with this as well. Okay, we've got a short video here from Jackie Coffin, another news reporter from Montana, and a 5.6 magnitude earthquake hit Montana on Thursday, just gone. And I just want to show you this footage as the epicenter of the tremor was just 240 miles away from Yellowstone Park. But this lady is saying that this is normal, not to worry, to down the problem to the public, as there is a huge problem with Yellowstone because NASA are using helicopters to scan every single day below Yellowstone to see its activity, because the thing is, everything is being so pressured down there, as well as we've got that object up in the heavens that's causing a lot of problems to our Earth's magnetic field, as they keep chemtrailing day by day and not announcing those chemtrails to the media. So I'm going to play this video to you now.
I learned today that actually if you're in the park, there's a really good chance that there is an earthquake or several earthquakes occurring. In fact, from last night, yesterday evening, to when this earthquake occurred to this evening, there were more than 60 earthquakes in the park today. And that tally comes from the U.S. Geological Survey, which tracks all the seismic and volcanic activity with the help of the University of Utah seismograph stations. Yesterday's 4.4 earthquake was the biggest that's occurred in the park since 2014. And looking at those 60 earthquakes I told you about, the range in magnitude goes from -1 to 3. The average magnitude is 1.7, so nothing that you could really feel. But park officials say these earthquakes actually play a really important role in keeping Yellowstone's geysers healthy and active. And Yellowstone's thermal activity is actually the focus of a very interesting new survey that was just published by the USGS. In this research, scientists say that by learning more about Yellowstone's geysers, they'll actually be able to look into predicting future volcanic eruptions.
So there you go, an interview from Jackie Coffin, and she says the words ESGS, but really I call that BS, because they are lying all the time to dumb down the public of what's really going on. Okay, we've just had a video sent in recently of a tornado. I mean, you can hear it in the background on the radio that this is a serious warning as the weather patterns are changing. So again, I'm going to play this video for you, and please listen carefully to the radio commentary as this tornado starts progressing up there in the sky.
down. It's going down again.
Okay, this is the last piece of footage on this video of the global jet stream forecast chart. As you can see on the screen, it's just fallen apart. There's just no constant flow anymore. It's just broken, isn't it? Many years back we would get a constant flow, controlled weather. But the thing is, as we've got now Nemesis in our solar system now, we've got broken jet stream, we've got the whole of all the weather patterns have been destroyed now. It's all finished, and Earth is ready for its pole shift. So I'm gonna do another video later this evening. Many images that are coming in from subscribers proving that our skies have changed. And please take care and prep for this, because as you can see on this chart, I mean, look here, it's broken, it's